Alright, what's going on, y'all? This is my first YouTube video in a very long time, and man, this video went way longer than I anticipated. It's not even the top 10. I think it's 7 illustrators that we're going to be looking at. But please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to let you know whenever I'm gonna get more content, because the more content is coming. Also, please go ahead and check out my novel, The Beast of Men. I'll probably get a review or an overview over my novel here soon, but the link will be in the description, and all of the artists' Instagrams, the links to their Instagram will be also in the description. I workload and they're busy doing other things, but it's definitely worth the wait, no doubt. Another thing to keep in mind is you have to appreciate the art. And so what do I mean whenever I say appreciate the art? It takes time to draw these lines. First, you have to get the sketch, and after you get the sketch, you have to do the inks, and after you do the inks, you have to do the colors. All that stuff takes time. Whenever you get a commission done, you want to make sure your artists you want them to basically take their time, because it's their art. You have to look at it as in you're getting your hair cut. If your barber rushes to get your hair done, your hair probably ain't about to be looking fly. Your line probably about to be messed up, and it ain't gonna be a good day. All right, enough of the banter. Let's actually get into the actual art itself from Blair. The picture that you've been looking at is her profile picture, and I say it's a very good choice just by the way the nose to eyes and mouth ratio look excellent. Even the way the hair on this character's face is on point, and the color choices that she chose are on point all the way. Fire. And dudes, we really don't worry about this, but even the makeup that's on this character is really phenomenal. It looks like she's really bringing this character to life, even with her clothes and all of that. Even like the way the character is positioned, it feels like the character is alive. Great choice for profile picture. That we're gonna look at is called Lime Sketch, and I apologize if I call her art sketches when they're actually finished product. Sketches are just basically the baseline of what that artist is actually wanting to do, to get like a general idea of what the end result is going to look like. But her caption does read Lime Sketch, and just from the jump I'm already getting like Disney vibes from this character. Not just Disney vibes, but maybe also like Bratz dolls, a little flavor in that. It's crazy to just look at some of these artists and seeing like what their inspiration could come from. I'm guessing like where they got their style from, because literally there's no style that's actually original. It's just you take other styles and you mold it into your own style, which makes it an original style, if that makes sense. And you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I get some My Little Pony vibes from this too, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but the complexion on this character is really good. You can tell this person has actually seen a black person before and knows what colors to use, and even the features and lips and the eyes and the eyebrows, it all comes together within this character, and she's rocking the curls, yeah, and even the her outfit goes well with her complexion. Very good job, very good job. This next design by Blair, I like it a lot. You really only see this in female artists. Not to say male artists don't do this, but it's mostly in females like that. Just the attention to the makeup is like really phenomenal. It makes the character look really alive. My favorite thing about this piece is no doubt her hair, obviously, because that's the main piece that we're looking at, because it's like showing like a stars, and it's basically showing a night sky. That's what's really lit about this piece, and it looks realistic. It looks like you're looking up at the night sky. It's really lit, and she's rocking the crown. Queen's crown. You gotta let them know. Super clean, super clean. Love the complexion on this piece as well. This next piece is definitely a throwback piece. She's sketching number 3 and number 5 from K&D. For those who don't know what K&D is, it's Kids Next Door. And from the jump, just from a quick glance looking at it, you can just tell that she captured the facial features of each of these characters. Just from the jump, like you can see number 5, you can see she has that swagger that she has, that attitudes that she gives. And number 3, you can see just her her carefree attitude, and I like how she gave number five a tennis a tennis cap. Is that what it is? Yeah, a tennis cap. And although the work's not finished, it looked like she also gave number three uh, some overall like an overall dress and a sweater. Yeah, that's lit. That's lit. That's lit. And another thing I really like about this piece, you can really see the emotion in these characters' face, like a lot, and that's really hard to capture when you're an artist. It's one of the things that people look for, and I definitely notice it. With this next piece, I'm not really sure if it's still up on her Instagram, but I'm gonna post it anyway because I really like this one. The first thing I notice about this illustration is her hair. Her hair is definitely on point. You can see her braids are literally on point. If you zoom in, that's exactly how braids are to be done. Even she even has her edges on point. Also, another thing to note is that you can always definitely see in almost in all of her sketches and her designs, the eyes on her characters are always brought to life. You feel like the character is actually looking at you. Once again, I'm getting those Disney vibes. I'm gonna go ahead and endorse Blair to for Disney to hire her because she draws black people, little black girls to a T. This is what we need. This is what we want to see. These characters looking authentically melanated in the rightful place, and as some would say, unapologetically black. Also, the nose ring was a really nice touch. This next character design is truly a gem. The features on this character, everything about it, I love to a T. From her complexion into her burgundy hair and her makeup, this is exactly what the audience wants. And this character actually reminds me a lot of the character of this. It has this. She has the same features as my character in my novel, and I actually want to see if she can do the female character design. My main female character, Sarah, in my novel. See if I can have her do it because this is like on point. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. Like this is tight for real. Like the color blend in her hair is everything about it, all the colors and all the shading. That this is very skillful, like for real, for real. If you ever tried to color anything, like she really mixed this very well together. Shout out to Blair. Let me get this character design. I need a character with these exact features. Uh, so yeah, hit me up, hit me up. This next illustration by far is one of my favorites. At all the things that she has on Instagram, I guess there was a challenge on Instagram where people were redrawing Sailor Moon, and Blair showed up and showed out for this one. Once again, these colors are on point when it comes to drawing melanated people, African people, from her hair to her eyes, the complexion, everything is on point. You honestly feel like this is an actual Sailor Moon character or original character or like original character in Blair's own universe or her take on Sailor Moon. Yeah, without a doubt, I think this is, in my opinion, her best piece out of all the pieces that she has so far, and she's only going to get better and better and better. Our next Instagram artist is Papa Fluff. His Instagram name is Fluffy Fly Kid. And just for the sake of his first piece, I'm gonna go ahead and attach his Instagram, get a little screenshot of what his official Instagram name is. His commissions are currently open, and he has his TikTok link on there as well. He also has a link to his website, and I'm pretty sure he told me that he has his a series that he's doing, like his own graphic novel series that he's doing. So go ahead and check that out as well. But let's go ahead and get into his first piece. From the jump, whenever I look at his Instagram, I can tell that whenever he takes commissions, he takes that person's actual photo that they send to him and a reference to whatever anime that they like, and he basically puts them in that anime as they would look if they were in that universe. Another thing I noticed that you can tell by his style, he studied a lot of manga in his style, which is honestly lit because he's basically a rep for the culture. Because Most of the time, whenever you read a manga or a Japanese graphic novel, and they draw black people, and they don't be looking like black people. I don't know, they be looking like something else. They just look like their characters, but with dark skin or tan skin. It don't be looking good. Most of the time, I ain't gonna say all the time. Most of the time, but without a doubt, you can definitely tell, without a doubt, that this character could definitely be in the Naruto universe, just with the style and aesthetic that this character gives off, and his images and the lines. Definitely, bravo, bravo. Good piece to start off with. This next piece by Papa Fluff really shows his versatility when it comes to not using colors, because just from the jump, all the shading and all the lines, like even though the hair is really dark, he put enough shade in there to distinguish every single piece of her hair, every single dread. This character looks like a main character in any manga. Now I'm not sure if this person who wanted this commission already has a manga in mind, but this is definitely a manga about uh this manga is definitely about the first black woman to have a bakery in Japan. Without a doubt, that's what we giving it. Next piece is really clean. This Yu-Gi-Oh commission that he did, man, just his drip alone with that headpiece is so fire. He just looked like he about to send somebody to the shadow realm. Once again, all his pieces look so authentically made when it comes to just making a manga character in general. Like, this character needs to be in Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, so far. And all the textures and all the shading and the lighting where the light's coming in is really good. Looks very clean, very clean. Well done, well done. Getting into the Dragon Ball Z commission, Fluffy Fly Kid art does a really good job at making sure he labels, like putting his art tag or art signature on his pieces, because sometimes people will just steal your images or steal your artwork and not even give you credit. So you got to make sure to put that tag on there to distinguish that this is you, and that you made this. I'm really bad at doing that. Alright, straight from the jump, as soon as I look at this character, I just think my boy is straight from the inner city of Vegeta. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he's in the early stages of Dragon Ball Z, like that first time you ever see Vegeta. That's the aesthetic that I'm getting from. This is a really good piece with his Saiyan armor and his tail wrapped around him. This is really clean, really clean. And my boy, he got to be rocking the chains. You know what I'm saying? All gold plated out. This looked like it actually could be like an album cover of like some artist. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I don't know the details of the commissions that he do. But yeah, this look real clean, no lie. With this next piece, this is where I really think Papa Fluff displays his talents. From the jump, we can already guess what this image is referring to, what the reference is, but it still has a sense of originality to it. Both these characters are original, but you can still see where the source material comes from. Without a doubt, you can tell that the person who wanted this commission got exactly what they wanted. What's also really impressive is the light that's coming from the Kamehameha. You can see it, that the shade that's coming off of it. You can see the light that's coming off of it, and the shades that it brings with it. So you can tell that he studied lighting, he studied shading. He's really getting in depth with all of it. Whoever got this commission, if they didn't blow it up into like a poster or something like that, that'd be a really letdown, because this piece looks really good. This next piece that we're getting into is probably my favorite out of everything. It's the final piece done by Papa Fluff. Just from looking at it, my favorite part out of everything that's going on with this picture is the do-rag that he got on my boy. I can just imagine him just taking that do-rag off, and you see them waves, boom, instant into Tsukuyomi. That's how much that's how much his wave is gonna be spinning. He's just gonna be boom, instant into a genjutsu. Once again, you see all of the lightning that's coming off the hand, and how the lightning is producing a light and is showing the shadows on his clothing. That takes skill right there. That's studying art. You can tell he has a passion for what he does. He's not going to skip out on anything. You're going to get your money's worth with this dude, without a doubt. Yeah, so other than that, that's the end of it for Papa Fluff. Hit him up for a commission. Check out his page. This next artist we gonna get into, his name is Obi Gamesmaker Art underscore 24/7. He's actually the first artist I've ever done a commission with, and I was very proud of what he did for my first character design. I'm not sure if he's open for commissions right now, but I'm pretty sure you can just DM him and find out. He has a link to his Instagram where you can see his second Instagram page. He's also on Facebook and YouTube, and he has merch on Amazon. He also has his own manga series / graphic novel series called Shaolin Moors, and we're going to see some of the images of his characters here in a few seconds. The one thing that I really noticed about his art that he makes his colors on his characters really pop, and they go really well with their complexion and the aesthetic. And he's also really good at defining muscles. If you look at the muscles within this character. It kind of reminds me of like the characters that be like in Baki, like how they just be ripped and their muscles are so defined. It's a really good piece, really good piece. This is a commission that he's done. The rest of the images that we're going to see are characters from his actual series. You also have to keep in mind whenever you're trying to get a commission from one of these guys that they still have their own series that they're working on as well. And whenever they have free time, that they'll take a commission from you. But keep in mind they still have a lot of things to draw and a lot of things that they're on their plate that they have to do. So most of the time, if they have a series, they're going to be grinding and grinding to make sure everything is well equipped for their upcoming book that's going to be coming out soon. Alright, this first character we're going to get to is one of the celestial gods in his story, and the celestial god is called Orisha Yemai. I might have butchered that. Please forgive me, but you kind of get the idea. One of the awesome things about his illustrations are whenever he draws his characters, it always looks like their fit is always on point, and it's something that you never really see before. Like he has his own basically clothing line for these characters, and they always be in straight drip all the time. At first, whenever you look at this image, you think that the lighting is off, but it's the fact that he's so tall, like the celestial god is so tall that he's blocking out the sun, and even see the shadow on the beach covering most of it. This is really just a taste into his art, into his illustrations. Really about this is really a side dish or appetizer. This is not like the meat and steak and potatoes. You know what I'm saying? This next image is really fire. The next image is he got one of his characters. His name is Jiha, and just by looking at Jiha looks like he's a boss villain in the game that you're playing. He's definitely a final boss kind of vibes, or like a mentor. And a lot of his characters have the hairstyle that he has. For those who don't know, if you have dreads, like you have so many dreads that you can even braid your dreads. But this character right here, he has so many dreads. His dreads can be an afro, which is like some OG type stuff. Yeah, all the colors on his characters are really clean. But what takes the cake for me is that his face and his hair are really on point. The parts in his hair is super tight, and the eye design that he chose really brings this piece together. It makes him look super tight. This next piece is probably my favorite piece done by Obi. This character is called Soul, but to me, this man looks like a straight sun god, like a sun god / Hercules kind of vibe. I'm really impressed by the way his arms look, like the aura and the power that's coming off of him. He blended it really well together with his skin, so it looks more alive. It looks like he's actually holding that power within himself. The chest piece is a nice touch, and this character even has gauges within his ears, which I think is also a nice touch. Like once again, his designs and the style for his clothing is so original, and it brings a whole new light into the character. And I dare say, Soul looks like he could take on Superman. That's how fly he looked. This is another one of Obi's original characters, Ya. And just from the jump, all of his characters just look like they're just powerhouses within just other universes. I get a Raiden from Mortal Kombat vibe from this character, but let's get into the illustration. Like, just look at the hair, the colors within this character's hair, the shading that goes with it. This takes a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of practice in order to get to where it is. It looks simple, but actually doing it and applying it and mixing them takes a lot of effort. Even the way his power, the way it's glowing in his hand to make it look like it's an aura, to make it look like a purple flame. It looks really realistic, like it's professionally done. Not to say he's not a professional, but it looks like it's some mainstream art. Yeah, without a doubt, this character design deserves to be in a Netflix series, its own animation series. Without a doubt, that's how well done it is. That's how original this character looks. This next piece is the final piece that will be shown by Obi, and it's a cover art for his book Shaolin Moors. And just look at everything that's going on within this one illustration. First, let's start off with this youngin'. He rocking that purple hoodie, and he on the other side of his arm, he got that Egyptian symbol for life, which goes really well with his fit. And even the shoes on this young cat just look fresh. Now let's go to the female on the right hand side with the green hair. I think it goes really well the way he draw her complexion with her hair. It looks like that's her natural hair, and sometimes it's hard for people to draw people with a darker skin complexion and with a unnatural looking hair to make it look like it's a natural looking hair color. And he did a really well job. Did a very good job on showing the colors how they mix with her complexion. And next, let's go to the brother that's in the middle with the blonde hair. I think his scarf is really tight. The way he mixed in those patterns, the purple and the yellow patterns to symbol like royalty. I'm sure that's symbolizing something within the book, but I'm not sure yet. I need to get the link so I can read it. My boy's mustache he got on is pretty clean too. The female that's on the far left, I feel like she's her character design is really good. I like the way her eyes and the power that's coming off her eyes. I like the way that looks. I think she's probably going to be a really good character. Her character design looks really good, and her hair scarf that she got, that's super clean too. I'd like to see more of this character. If he has any more designs, uh, let me know. Hit me up, Obi. Let me know if you got any more character designs with this female character. I think she looks really good. And you have to admire everything that's going on with the picture because it's hard. It's hard enough to draw one character, but he has like four characters in this one illustration, and they all look like they naturally supposed to be within that illustration. That takes a lot of time and skill. But go ahead and hit my boy up for commissions. I'm pretty sure he'll respond to your DM within a timely manner if he's not too busy doing anything else. All right, this next artist we're going to get into, his name is Charles Stewart Triple I. That's his Instagram name. Just looking at Charles' art from the jump, you can tell he studied like comic. Like he went to, I don't know if this is a thing, but like going to school for making comic book illustrations. I don't know if that's a thing, but this man definitely went to it. Just look at everything that's going on within this one picture. Everything that's going on, all the characters and what they're doing. They look like they're in their natural habitat, like they're supposed to be there. These characters look like they're literally within their own universe, just living their best life. It's always great to see, like he made his style an original style by studying just the basic concept of comic book art. You can tell that he took that and made it into his own culture. Like he's representing the culture in a brand new light using the skills that he's learned from comic book school. Like I said, I don't know if this is a real thing, but he took in all the concept from he took the concepts from original comic book artists and applied it to the culture. Bravo, bravo. Let the record show that Charles is an interior artist, an interior comic book artist. Which means he does line art. It's not to say that he doesn't do illustrations in art, but he's perfected line art with which is the interior of the comic. And believe it or not, there are actually people who are just colorists. Colorists are people who take people's line art and color them and shade them because that's what they're proficient at. I know this was a thing till much later on when trying to get my comic book going. This next piece that he did was a cover for the comic book Scrap. I'm not sure if the comic book is out, but we're here to talk about the illustration. The main focus is clearly this monk dude who has this fighting stance going, and from the jump you can just see just the artistic viewpoint that's what's going on. It looks like it's raining, and you can clearly see that in the force that he has around him. Like if you ever seen Kenichi is my disciple, that's the kind of vibe that I'm getting from this master right here. And even just the windows in the back of the ship, you can see the reflection pattern in it, or the smoke that's coming out of the ship as well. That has a lot of thought and a lot of love within those lines. There's so much that's going on within this one panel. It makes you want to like know what happens next. Is grabbing the audience attention on like what's going on. Like I want to find out what this old man, what this old monk about to do. He looked like whoever's on the other side of him, but definitely about to get the hands for sure. This next illustration we're going to be looking at is a commission, and this is a commission that Charles did for yours truly. This image is the two main characters in my book. On the right is Elijah Pride, and on the left is Sarah Saber, and they're in my novel, The Beasts of Men. Check it out. The link will be in the description. All right, let's get into the beauty of this artwork. Basically, whenever you're an artist, your job is to take basically the image from the writer or your commission or your client and make it to where you're basically pulling that image from their head on display. And this is exactly what Charles did for me in this commission. From the way Elijah's hair looks, like to the dreads, to even the braids on Sarah Saber, they all look on point. They all look authentic. The faces that he drew on these characters they look original as well. Even the fit that they got on them looks really good as well. And he put a lot of time and effort into that background. The background looks just as good as the front view, like the sunset in the background, the mixture between textures of the sun setting, even though the sun is still there. But the trees, the color with the trees, the mountains, the texture within the mountains and the ground itself. This is probably one of the best illustrations that Charles has done for me, without a doubt. This next image we're going to be looking at is a cover art for the Shadow Agency. I believe Charles was the main interior designer for this comic book, and I'm pretty sure it dropped here soon or it got funded. I'm not entirely sure, but there should be more information on the Shadow Agency on his Instagram page. Charles is really good at attention to detail within the face, and what the way the lips and the eyes go are really impactful on the character. What the character that I noticed the most was the character that's on the left hand side with the braids that's in the bun. I think she looks like her character design is looks really good, and the way he put the earrings and her fit with the jacket, I think that looks really good. And the nose piercing, yeah, she definitely looks like an original character. Really, pretty much all these characters look like original characters. I'm not sure the guy with the mohawk on the right hand side with his half of his face blown off. That looks really good. It actually looks like it's like legit. You see all like the muscles within his face and the eyeball like dangling around. Yeah, for the image to be like fairly far away, there's still enough detail in it to where you can tell everything that's going on. Even the city that's on the bottom of the screen looks really well done. It feels believable. It looks like, the background of a city. All right, this next illustration is another commission Charles has done for me. This is one of my characters, and his name is Solomon Pride. If you want to know more information, go ahead and check out my novel, just like I said on the previous image or the previous commission that Charles done for me. This character design is so clean. All the pieces, all the elements that I wanted within the character, he brought to life. I think his armor on his right arm looks really well done, and the way the colors are placed and the patterns within the armor, or the sash that he has on the left hand side. Although these are different colors, he mixed them very well together and putting the patterns in with them and then making them look sound with each other is a really good job done. And I like that he added the gray on his beard and how they have jewelry on them. Yeah, that looks it's a really nice it's a really nice touch for Solomon and the character. His headpiece with the gem in the middle and the feather on the backside is a really nice touch as well. I didn't even tell him to add some of that, but he worked with it and he put his own little flavor on it, and it's respectable and it still pays homage to the character. I think the cape that he put on as well looks really clean. It doesn't take away from anything. People thought that it kind of looked like a red guard or like a Muslim or something like that. Well, his name is Solomon, and Solomon's Jewish, or he's an Israelite, and that's all I'll say about that. All right, this next piece is by far the cleanest, one of the tightest images Charles has ever done. This is why I wanted to get a commission from him, because of the way this character looks. I'm not sure if this character belongs to any sort of comic or anything, but whenever I was looking up artists to find like actual comic book artists to do some of my illustrations, I found Charles, and this is the image that I seen, and I knew I had to get a commission from him. This character is like another version of Brother Voodoo from Marvel Comics, but it's Charles' take on it. That's probably has nothing to do with Brother Voodoo, but this brother does give me some Brother Voodoo vibes. Just from the way that he's using the magic and the ruin that he has on there. The ruin has a lot of details, and the skulls have a lot of details. They all play a part within making the character feel like an original character. And the magic that's coming off of him with the book floating and on his in his left hand, or I guess that would be his right hand. Yeah, his right hand even has a magic ball within it as well. It really just pays homage to how much effort that he put into this character. He breathed life into this character and making him feel powerful, like the power that's coming off him. You can feel it. Even the brother in the background with the dreads and the dreads and the braids look really clean as well. And the marking that he has on his forehead is so tight. Like, this image is so thorough. But yeah, go ahead and follow my boy on Instagram. Try to get a commission from him. Well, don't try to get a commission from him, because I'm getting commission from him right now. Nah, I'm playing. Go ahead and follow him and see what he's up to, and hit him up. Show him some love. This next artist we're gonna get into is Bennett Gray, and he is the illustrator, writer, and creator of Ordeal, which is on Webtoons. He just became, or his Ordeal series just became Webtoons original series on Webtoons. This was a very big hallmark. He was indie, but now he has risen to Webtoons original on Webtoons. I guess he's still indie. He is technically kind of still indie, but because Webtoons, they produce indie artists in general. But this man has definitely came up within the time of me making this video, and he's just going to keep spinning up out of control. Ordeal is the series that he created, and he's an islander, and so he's a brother. And most of his characters within his series represent what he looks like. His main character, Chi Hart, is his main character, which is on the cover of what we're looking at right now. The link to his webtoon will be in the description. And now let's go ahead and get into his artwork. One thing you'll notice about Ben Gray's art is that all of his character designs look like they're within the confines of his universe. All of his art is original to a T within his own style with his own universe. He made his own style within his own universe, and that it pays homage to each and every character design. One of the things that I noticed about this character design is the tattoos that he has on this character's body. It looks like it fits very well to the aesthetic that he's trying to give off. And this character is an art reference to the character Shoten Doji from the game Onmoji. Now, I probably butchered the mess out of that, because I only have a reading level up to the 3rd grade, so you have to forgive me. I'm not sure what exactly is called this character has on his back. It looks like some kind of relic, but it looks really, really tight. Like, you can clearly tell, like, the way he drew it, like the textures that he gave in. You can tell that it's metal, but it still has some kind of magic implemented into it to give it more, like, give it its characteristic. And I'm pretty sure that pays homage to what the character's abilities are and all of that. This is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to what Brendan Gray can do. This image of Static really showing, this is really Brent showing his talent when it comes to showing the powers or abilities of the characters that he's drawn. All the lightning, or all the all the static, I guess. Now we'll just call it lightning. All the lightning that's going on within this image, it looks like it's connected all to him, or the character itself, which is the power source. Man, this is a really good take on Static, and I guess Static is getting an upcoming movie, so a whole bunch of illustrators were drawing him and showing DC Comics or Warner Brothers that, yeah, we want this character, so go ahead and give your boy a movie. And once again, even though this is this character is a DC Comics character, the way that Brent drew him, you can tell that he could possibly be within the Ordeal universe. Just from his own style alone, it looks like this man could be in Ordeal. This next image is probably really where Brent Gray really truly unleashes his full might of power within the pen of his illustrations. He took Chi from his Ordeal series and gave him the fit of Endeavor, which is throat. At the moment, I cannot remember. The character on the left is Chi's mentor. I cannot remember what that man's name is for the life of me. But he's paying homage to Endeavor within this illustration, and the Chi is wearing the new Endeavor costume, while Chi's mentor is wearing the older version of Endeavor's costume, which really shows the imaginative capabilities that Brent really is capable of. And it's really awesome because illustrators get to do that. They get to show their imagination to the fullest through their art, and writers were really jealous of that. But the flames on this character are really, really realistic, and it shows like the flames look like they're alive within the costume, and the flames that's coming off of him, they look all too real. Great job. He's honestly surgical with that pen when it comes to some of these illustrations, because this character looks original. Like, all his characters look original. Good job. Even the armor has that certain shine to it, like to showing like it's metal and metallic. Yeah, that's on another level. This next image is Chi as Sasuke, and this is Brent just basically showing his talent and morphing his characters into other characters and still making it look like it's still an original character. You still got if you look closely enough, you still have him his Sharingan still in there. But what he did do different was make his leaf headband into that Ordeal headband. So yeah, that's really tight. And he did a really good job at focusing, he's like focusing the camera on the centerpiece of Chi or Sasuke and making the background blurry. That's a really good method on doing that, and focusing on that character and make it look like it's actually a picture taken instead of an illustration itself, if that makes sense. This next image is by far probably the greatest feat that Brent has done so far in making Chi into Eren Yeager. He made Chi in his Titan form, and he did his mentor into just basically one of the Attack on Titan members, one of the members of the Scouts. And he did a good job of representing the lightning that goes around the Titan form whenever someone transforms into a Titan, and even the muscles, like the flesh, that still doesn't have the skin on it. I think that's a really good take on that, and the way it's reflecting, even in the veins and within the skin, look really good. Yeah, this is a Titan. If a brother was a Titan, yeah, this is what he would look like. Yeah, it's a really good job done by Brent. I'm going to say this and I'm going to say it again. All of this man's illustrations look like it's within the confines of Ordeal. All of his characters be looking straight original. This is the final piece we'll be showing by Brent. Make sure to check out his Ordeal series on Webtoons. I'm not sure exactly if he's taking commissions. You might have to be a patron. I am a patron. I haven't got a commission yet. I've been waiting for this man to give me a commission. Please hit me up. I'm trying to get one because all your images are super, super clean. But yeah, I know he's really fairly busy getting his season 2 of Ordeal up and running. That's a lot of work, a lot of images. One panel or one page can take up to 4 hours when it comes to doing these illustrations. So once again, keep in mind, these illustrators are really, really busy, but getting a commission from them is definitely worth it. All right, these next two illustrators, these two final illustrators that we're going to be looking at, they're pretty well known within the hashtag black manga. So they're pretty much like the leaders of like the indie black comics right now. Not leaders, not to say these other illustrators before them are not leaders. It's just that these last two are kind of like the spearhead of the forever growing culture. This next illustrator we're looking at is his Instagram name is CK Knight Art, Cameron Knight, and whenever you click on his link, he has links to his newsletters, and he also has some posters that you can purchase. Another Instagram probably for his series that he has. He also has a TikTok, a Twitch, and a Twitter as well. And if you want a commission from him, all you have to do is DM him on Instagram. That I notice whenever I look at CK Knight's art is that you always get a hip hop flavor implemented into his art. You can just see it from the jump. You can see the swagger. You can see the culture within his art. Another thing, whenever I say the culture, just looking at this right here, like the middle character, the man that's in the middle, this man has on the Black Panther T'Challa's necklace in the illustration. That is so clean. And you got the brother on the side rocking the grill and the chain to go with it. That's implementing, the culture of hip hop within his art. You'll see a lot of stuff like that whenever you look at CK Knight's art. Also, just the power auras around these characters look really good. I said this before and I'll say it again, but it takes a lot of time and effort to make the character look like he has the power within himself, and the aura around him. That takes a lot of time and effort to put in. It's a lot of grinding. So good on CK for doing that. This next piece of art we're looking at is CK displaying his imaginative capabilities. Just looking at this illustration, I feel like these characters, like they're part of some kind of mob or some kind of gang, and their gang is called like the Garden or something like that. And I'm not sure if these characters are implemented into a series, and I apologize for not knowing. CK put me on, let me know. I might want to do a review over the series. Just hit me up, just let me know. I want to take the time to appreciate like the clothes that these flowers have on. These flower characters have on. They look realistic, and they have all the wrinkles and the creases in the right places. And you got your boy sitting on top of the stairs. You got the socks on with the slide-ons. That's clean. That's clean. That's clean. Or even the rose in the front panel, who has he's displaying the ripped jeans on that. That's really hard to do. That's really impressive. His style almost seems simplistic and complicated at the same time. He's taking basically a simplistic kind of style and making it complicated by adding these small details, which we notice and appreciate in his backgrounds. Whenever he draws, he always makes sure to put a really good detail into the background, to set the scene. And setting the scene makes it a whole lot different whenever you're making your illustration. This next illustration we're going to be looking at by CK is a commission that he's done. I'm not sure who he did the commission for, but that's not what we're here for. We're here just to admire the art and analyze it and show basically his talents. I'm not going to lie, the first thing that I noticed was my boy over here. He's rocking the waves. That boy's spinning, got that 360 waves going on him. This is also a good reference to show how the complexity CK is able to do. within it, and you can see the complexity with the smoke that's coming off this Luffy reference from One Piece. The smoke looks super authentic and pays homage to the original character design. It's also noteworthy that he also got the hockey within the arm. I think my boy getting ready to go into fourth gear and tear somebody up. Good commission done. Good commission done. This showing that CK is able to put you in the character in the anime that you want. This is a really good reference to that, and the first image that we seen is a really good reference as well. So I'm telling you, get a commission from this. Get a commission from your boy. I'm telling you. This next commission we're gonna be looking at is really really tight. The first thing that I noticed is this dragon that's in the background, and some illustrators struggle with like drawing like mythical creatures, like or just creatures in general, wherever it comes like dragons, bears, tigers, whatever. But this is showing that he's capable of doing that, and it's really impressive. I say that because in my characters are in my novel, they're able to transform, and it's hard to find someone who's able to illustrate, you know, the characters that can transform into like whether it be, you know, a tiger or a bear or a lion, you know. Just looking at this character just in general, I think is really impressive. Once again, CK is displaying that hip hop and anime culture. Yeah, I think this is a really good display of the mix between the two. My man got the joggers on with the Jordan ones, and I don't know if y'all starting to notice, but it seems like anime is taking notice to people who are melanated are starting to watch their content. If you guys watch My Hero Academia, your boy got some pretty clean kicks on too. I think even in Jujutsu Kaisen, I think he got some pretty clean kicks on too. But I'm telling y'all, we making waves, and they starting to notice. But he did a really good job at matching this character up with the dragon behind him, the aura he's giving off, and the flames that's coming off the dragon match very well together, and it's displaying that they're connected in some kind of way, not just him just standing there. You know what I'm saying? And the background is a nice touch to the illustration as well. Seems like he's in some kind of cave or something like that. Well, obviously he's in the cave. That's what it looked like, but it's showing that. Whenever I first look at this illustration, the first thing I think of is a metaphor or proverb or whatever it is. It's saying, if you throw me to the wolves, I'll come back leading the pack. That's the first thing that comes to mind whenever I look at this illustration. The setting and tone of this illustration is really well done too. The way he has the snow coming in, and it's clearly in the woods. Yeah, I think the aesthetic of this looks very, very well done with the wolves and with the man. The illustration of the man looks really well done together. CK doesn't miss a beat whenever it comes to the tone or the shading within this illustration. You can even see the snow that's in between the man's legs. You can see that has different kinds of texture, or the texture within the wolf's fur. And even on the left-hand side of the rock, the snow that's coming off the rock, all that is small details that matter and things that we notice. It makes the setting of the illustration pop a whole lot more. This is a very well done illustration. Out of all the illustrations that CK sent to me for the video, I think this is by far the best illustration that he sent to me. And yes, I did ask permission from each and every one of these artists to display their art, because it is very rude and disrespectful to show someone's images without their permission. They grind it really hard to do that. Some illustrators only want their art to be displayed by them and presented by them, because some people might steal the illustrations and put it on a t-shirt and sell and make a profit, and the illustrator gets nothing. So make sure if you're trying to promote any artist, make sure you tag them and ask them before you do so. I know my boy really grinded to put everything in this illustration together. I really like the hair that's in this the character that's on the front. Her hair is very well done. The texture in her hair really looks alive, and like I said in one of the previous illustrators, he's really good at making someone with a dark complexion and when they have an unnatural hair color, making it look natural, giving it that texture that it needs in order to make it look like the hair is naturally that color. Yeah, he definitely grinded in making this illustration complete. No less than 3 hours, I'd say. But looking at everything that's going on, and I really think the flowers that they got it that he implemented within the front panel as well. I know he grinded to do that because it looks really clean. It's really impressive for him to put all of this together, like set the scene. That takes a lot of time and effort in order to figure out how to set the scene and make sure the characters are looking the way you're supposed to, and making it look like they're in a room, or the time it takes to actually color everything and complete everything, because you got to think after they pretty much draw the lines or do this character, do the line art, then they have to go back in and do all the textures, all the shading and all the lighting and all that. The one thing I want you guys to pay attention to is the weapon on the right hand side, that sword. In his series, I think I've seen some of the characters. They all wield some kind of weapon, and the weapons that he makes these characters wield are really throw. They look like they can, split a mountain in half or something. He doesn't miss a beat with this illustration. Just look at everything around the room. On the far left hand side, well, I guess it's not far left, just the left hand side, right behind her head. You see a little doll of All Might and All Might and Todoroki, and I think that's Naruto. That's on the very bottom. I'm not sure who that character is on the left hand side on the wall. And just looking at it again, the rose, the one on the phone, he even got the Tim's on. See, all of this is attention to detail, or the light coming from the phone, or the light coming from the computer. Yeah, this takes a lot of time and effort to grind and be able to do stuff like this. This is what CK is capable of. You want a commission from him, DM him and hit him up, and go ahead and check out his series. All right, guys. We saved this last illustrator. He's one of my favorites. I think he does a really good job at implementing African culture into the anime genre, and not just hip hop. CK is really good at hip hop, but Michael Tony, his Instagram name is Mikey Tony Design. He does a really good job of implementing the African culture, the African diaspora, into his art, into the anime culture in general. Mike is really good at drawing like action sequences. I think he's done some like 2D animation as well on his page. Yeah, and I know he definitely has a series and a book. But let's go ahead and get into what links he has on his Instagram page. He has on his link. He has his own podcast, a Twitch. You can get physical. You can get the physical art book that he has, or you can get the digital download. He also has a Twitter. I believe he has a second Instagram. I'm not sure. He also has a Kickstarter, and that's what the links that he has on his Instagram. If you want commissions, it says just go ahead and DM him to see if he has any commissions available. He has his own series, so he's probably fairly busy, or doing 2D animations like I've said previously. This is a commission. The image that we're looking at is a commission done by Mike, and the aesthetic that I get from this illustration in particular is that Castlevania vibe, that kind of animation. It's really polished animation. Like you can see like the life within the characters. I'm not sure what this commission is going for, but Mike does a really good job at displaying this person is clearly like an alien or some being from maybe basically other than human, but they still look melanated. Like I feel like in fantasy, just in general, like when it comes to like elves or anything like that, apparently there's no person who's melanated or like at all. Like where the melanated elves at? I mean, they have dark elves, but like I said previously, sometimes I feel like they just throw dark skin on a character, even though they don't have, they don't look like a melanated person just in general with the African diaspora. Very done with illustration. Just by first glance looking at it, you can tell that this character is like a cosmic entity. That's what I would guess. Or at least a planetary threat. Right off the bat, this is an action sequence, and it's really clean. My boy, it looked like he throwing some jabs at this character with 4 arms, and you can see the electricity or lightning going through his body. And even just the way he displays like the character, how fast the character is moving, even though even though we're stagnant, we can see that the character is moving really fast. And I guess that's part of his ability. I think that's really clean. We'll go into more detail about the character who wields lightning in the next illustration, but that wraps up this the critique for this illustration. Just admire the movement speed and the action sequence of this one. In this illustration, what I was talking about previously, how Mike does a really good job at displaying the African culture from the mother continent into his illustrations into anime, just from looking at the scarf on this person's waist right here. I'm not sure if it's a scarf, some kind of clothing, but the patterns on it just scream. It's part of the African culture just from the patterns alone. Or on the character's right side of the face. I'm not sure what that's called. I know it might have something to do with the Ghanaian culture, but Killmonger had that on his body, and I'm pretty sure it's that same kind of texture, like above the skin. But once again, paying homage to the African culture, the mother continent, and even his hair. It's in a mohawk, but he clearly braided it into one, which is really throw. All his earrings as well, and the complexion. Really good job, really good job. And my man took the time to put a background in there. It looked like he's at some kind of fight club. I'm not sure what's going on within the scene, but it might be a character in his ear. As promised, we're back to the character that's wielding lightning. And just from this illustration alone, his arm that's charging up the power, you can see like the electricity moving throughout his arms, and it's coming from the sky into his arms, and the facial expressions on this character looks like he's someone just really made a huge mistake, and they're about to pay for it tenfold. I got distracted with myself. I was talking about the arm, but yeah, the arm is glowing, and you can see it on his clothing. How the power and the light is coming off of it, and then he did a good job at showing the lighting and the shading that's coming from the power that's charged in his arm, and you can see the axis of the power coming off of his left arm, facing the it's his right arm his way, but looking at it, it's going to be his left arm, and he shows the power that's coming off of his right arm. He also did a good job at displaying the sky and showing the lightning coming from the sky as well. Yeah, very good, very good, very good. Super clean. With this illustration, I'm pretty sure that around that same time that Blossom was doing hers, or that hashtag was going around with doing a Sailor Moon in your own style, and Mike showed up and showed out as well. From the jump, I just noticed the braids on this character, and her edges are on point. And this man even put the hair cufflinks in her hair as well. This is a very, very clean illustration when it comes to showing a darker skin complexion person, and showing the makeup and the beauty within this person's skin color. He did a very good job at choosing the right background to complement her complexion as well. I think this is a really good illustration done by him. Out of the many illustrations that Mike has, this is probably one of my favorite without a doubt. It just shows the imaginative capabilities that he has when it comes to making his characters. Like, this dude got on straight tree armor, and we've probably seen that before, but we haven't seen it to this magnitude, into where like the leaves is the cape. Yeah, this is a very, very imaginative and creative piece that he's done. Even the way like the vines are wrapped around his legs, or he implemented the sword that's coming out of his arm. I think that's really clean. Maybe he's like some kind of avatar. But once again, I don't know if this character belongs to a series, but if it does, Mike, hit me up. Maybe I want to do a review over it, because I definitely want to read it, because your designs are super, super clean. Alright, y'all, that wraps up the end of this video. This video was way longer than I intended it to be, and it's not even a top 10 artist. This video is already running an hour long, and it took me a lot more time and effort than I intended. So please leave a comment, let me know, and go ahead and check out my novel, The Beast of Man. Show me some love, and show these artists some love if you want to commission dub by them. So much appreciated. Alright, holla at your boy.